Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The honorable adjudicators, respectable the committees, truth to be told, speaking in front of you reminds me of a proverb that says, like salt the sea that has been salted, and sweet the honeycomb that has been sweet. Considering that all of the jurists have higher educational backgrounds than I do. However, as an energetic young Indonesian Muslim who has the eagerness and compassion to do something for our beloved nation and country, I would like to speak about the effect of foreign culture invasion towards youth nationalism. By telling a very short story of an old friend of mine that I just bumped into a couple weeks ago. The story is about a girl that I have known since I was just a little boy, because we came from the same village and went to the same kindergarten. Her name was Siti. Well, at least that's how I have known her for more than a decade, until recently when I accidentally met her and she told me that she would rather be called a Sherry instead of Siti. Indeed, there is nothing wrong with naming Chenya whatsoever, because as an independent young woman, she has the right and ability to do whatever she wants as long as it's not harming anyone or anything else. From that short meeting, I learned that there was kind of inferiority within her, along with lack of confidence and perhaps ashamed of her own identity as an uptown girl, Muslim, and Indonesian. Does it ring a bell? Well, she is not alone, because there are myriad people around us who feel and act exactly the same way as she is. Respected judges, foreign culture invasion is not a new thing in our country. Way before Indonesia emerged as a nation, foreign culture invasion had been the specter of the archipelago. However, because our ancestors were so strong and confident, therefore, they succeeded in keeping the culture and custom to even triumphantly kick the Dutch out of this beloved nation and officially declare independence on August 17, 1945. Because of their ability to change the fear into a courageous fighting spirit. Unfortunately, no matter how successful our nation was, foreign invasion has never disappeared. They were here and will always be here and will be supported by various forms such as the economy, politics, social, and of course, the culture. It is getting more challenging as they come not only from one direction, but from multiple directions, which make things more difficult to deal with. Respected judges, as we speak, there are three foreign cultures that have massively jolted our country. The first is the Western culture. The second is the Middle Eastern culture. And the last one is the East Asian culture. Those who admire the West wanted to create our country as the new Western through the idea of Americanization from liberalization, secularism, and all of those upside-down cultures that inherently contrasted with the values and identities of our nation. Those Middle Eastern devotees cover up their true clothes by using the image of Americanization in the archipelago, from the way we talk to the way we dress. Those Western devotees cover up their true clothes by using the image of a developed, civilized society and advanced knowledge. Those Middle Eastern devotees cover up their Canaan teeth by using the image of Islamization, purification, and other ideologies. As a Muslim student, I need to underline and emphasize that by saying these words, it doesn't mean that I'm against the ideas of civilized Western or reject the idea of Islam. I do support this too, and do believe that we are all on the same page. Yet, Westernization and Middle Easternization are different things. They are equally detached from advanced knowledge and Islam values. That is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, human beings, we created you all from a male and female and made you into a nation and tribes so that you may know one another. Verily, the noblest of you in the sight of Allah is the most God-fearing of you. Surely, Allah is all-knowing, all-aware. Last but not least is Asianization. If we take a look at a map, we can see that there are 3 dominant countries in the region that have massively joined our country. One of the most prominent players indeed is South Korea through the idea of Hallyu or Korean rap. Let me ask a question to all of the guests here. How many of you know Super Junior or SNSD? Or how many of you ever eat kimchi? If some of you are, I would not be surprised because that is what the Hallyu stand for. But what made me very sad that is you are not alone. There are many people like you, from a big city to a small town like mine, from Sabang to Merauke, who experienced the same thing that happened to City, who will voluntarily embrace those foreign cultures. My fellow peers, as a closing statement, I recall a quote from one of my best friends that has traveled around the world. Wherever you go, always remember that you are Indonesian. And wherever your feet step on, always remember that you are Muslim. So that no matter how many countries we have explored, or how many miles we have traveled, or how many languages we have mastered, we will always be cognizant that we are Muslim and Indonesian. By understanding this as our lantern, I'm pretty confident that we will be able to draw another success story of shielding the invasion of foreign cultures even more. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.